Hey, what's happening? Uh, I promised myself I wouldn't do any more videos like this. I would do live streams more often, but I just felt like I really wanted to do this video. Um, I've been a wrestling fan literally all my life. No joke, the entire family was into wrestling. Everybody was into WWF. Everybody. Uh, the family had two of them wrestling buddies. Everybody loved playing with the Hulk Hogan one. Not me. I was a Macho Man Randy Savage fan, so I would play with that one. It would only be me playing with that one, which was weird thinking about it. And then I saw Razor Ramon, Scott Hall. I saw him. Them two were my beginnings as a fan. You never forget your beginnings as a wrestling fan. And then the years went on, the Attitude Era. I grew up, and then I grew up with Hulk Hogan. Oh, not Hulk Hogan. Excuse me. I've already mentioned Hulk Hogan. I've grown up with The Rock, Stone Cold Steve Austin, The Undertaker, Triple H, all the way to the 2000s where I saw Chris Jericho and Edge, Christian, Trish Stratus, Lita, the Hardy Boys, the Dudley Boys, Rikishi, Scotty 2 Hotty, all of these people. And years went down the line, then I get older, and older. I become a Shinsuke Nakamura fan. I become a well, not a lifelong. I don't know why I was going to put that sentence in. I was going to, not sentence, I was going to put that word in. I became a huge Cody Rhodes fan, still am to this day. Uh, I'm a fan of a lot of wrestlers because I admire what they do. I really do. I don't care what company they're a part of. The fact that they still do it, I will always respect them for it. I don't care who they work for. But again, you never forget your beginnings as a fan, who your favorite wrestlers were. Mine was definitely Macho Man Randy Savage and Razor Ramon. The last 24 hours have been fucking difficult. I swear to Christ, it's been so difficult. Sure, I'm just a fan. I'm just a fan of Razor Ramon, Scott Hall. That's it. I can't imagine what his family and friends are going through. But I can't help feel a bit of pain myself. I hope that doesn't sound selfish or self indulgent, but if I do sound that way, it's definitely not my intention. Scott Hall, Razor Ramon meant the absolute world to me. I spent the entire night fucking watching the Scott Hall DVD on repeat. And then whenever I stopped repeating it, I watched the matches. Then there was one match that I watched repeatedly, and that was WrestleMania Scott Hall Razor Ramon versus Shawn Michaels. There you go. Two of my greatest matches, or great favorite, excuse me, two of my favorite matches are also two of the greatest matches of all time. Shawn Michaels versus Razor Ramon and Ricky the Dragon Steamboat versus Randy Savage. I spent the entire night crying so hard I gave myself a headache. I was literally reliving the moments not the moments, the entirety of what I'm fucking terrible at talking about this one. I swear, I'm terrible. Um, Last night was definitely just like a reenactment, or just like a fucking part part two of like it was just something that I felt whenever Macho Man Randy Savage died. That's exactly what I felt. I just couldn't stop crying. Now I've lost both of my heroes, my beginnings, but I'll never forget them. They are still names that no matter what you do, you think of the Intercontinental title, you think of Razor Ramon. You think of the NWO, Scott Hall. And he would come out there in the crowd and he would say, "Have you come to see WCW or have you come to see," the crowd would say, "the NWO." That was WCW's fucking DX kind of thing. Like the millions are for the millions around the world that people watching at home and all that stuff. And of course the New Age Outlaws. Some of the greatest quotes that you do with the crowd, those three always come to mind. Well, to me at least. Uh, I have a Scott Hall pop vinyl. I'm in his purple attire, and I have two signed pictures, one with the Intercontinental Championship and one without. I mean, I'm not gonna lie. Whenever I was watching the Scott Hall DVD, whenever Vince McMahon said that if things had been different, he wouldn't have been gone the path that he did. There was a little bit of anger, but I was like, Tommy, just wise the fuck up. Wise the fuck up. Um, I'm really terrible at this. I mean, sure, why are you making this video? But it's just, I just want to. Um, I remember like watching in the early 2000s, 2002, WrestleMania, whenever WrestleMania 18 was around the corner. I mean, we weren't allowed to stay up the night to watch them. It would always be recorded for us. And but of course, before that, whenever the NWO came in and I saw Scott Hall, I say, wait a minute, I remember him. I remember being a kid saying, oh fuck, I remember him. That's Razor Ramon. That's Razor fucking Ramon. But why is he why is he wearing this black and white thing called the NWO? Because I didn't grow up with WCW. I think I only watched WCW only once. I can't remember who was in the match, but I do remember that somebody was in a mask. I can't remember what color the mask was, but I do remember screaming at the TV. And then my mom would say to me, stop screaming, otherwise I'll turn it off. And kept on screaming. She turned it off, screamed even louder. Calm down. She put it right back on. um, uh, Never watched WCW. It's just later down the line that I watched all of these clips, on YouTube of Scott Hall and WCW, and of course the Scott Hall DVD. I mean, I have a friend of mine. He's a huge Eddie Guerrero fan, and I can't even imagine what he went through whenever Eddie died. I can't even imagine being a fan of this man so much that you just feel like you've lost a part of yourself whenever he left this earth. That's what I feel like. I mean, there's a lot of parts of me as a wrestling fan. I mean, I'm an Edge fan. I'm a Cody Rhodes fan. I'm a um, I'm a Christopher Daniels fan. I'm a James Storm fan. Chris Jericho fan. I'm a fan of a lot of people, but Scott Hall and Randy Savage are gone from me. Not gone from my memory. They were pieces of me that have just disappeared. I don't know if that's a good analogy or metaphor, whatever you want to call it. I don't know. I don't care. Watching these two men growing up, one being just one of the greatest wrestlers of all time, the other guy being the absolute epitome of cool. Whenever I had no clue what the word cool even meant before it was even part of my vocabulary. He also was a damn good wrestler. So last night, so difficult, man. I was watching. I was watching the entire thread on Twitter. I saw from Dave Meltzer that hey, his life support was shut off 4 hours ago at the time, and then I held on to the hope that he was going to pull through, he was going to kick out. But then the beginning of Raw, I literally watched Raw live for the first time in ages because I just wanted to. I have no idea why, but I just wanted to, which is weird. because I don't like to watch stuff live unless it's a pay per view that I'm really interested in. Like, I have no plans on missing WrestleMania, like at all. Um, and then there comes the image, Scott Hall, in memory of Scott Hall. He held on for hours, and then he passed away. And then I just couldn't stop crying, man. I couldn't stop. I mean, it was like whenever I was watching all those fucking all that news about Randy Savage and all, I could just stare at the screen and fucking cry. I mean, and I hate to change the subject onto another person, but this is a good example of how devastated I can be whenever it comes to a person that I admire and who I idolize. You know, I'm a huge Michael Jackson fan. There was a time where my room was just fucking clattered in Michael Jackson merchandise and memorabilia. Well, I wouldn't say memorabilia, just merchandise, just pictures taken off of magazines, framed pictures. I even got like like this absolutely this book for Christmas where they have replicas of like tickets and forms and documents and all that stuff. Still have it to this day. There was also a time whenever my legs were working, that I knew every dance routine of Michael Jackson. Could do the moonwalk and everything. That's not me fucking just boosting my ego or something like that. It's just fucking blowing smoke on my own arse. That's not it. That's the absolute truth. And then on that day in June, my ma shouts from the bottom of the stairs while I'm on the computer. My brother is right beside me. He's watching TV or he's playing a game or something. And then ma just shouts down at the bottom of the stairs, "Thomas, you better calm down. You better see who's just died." And then my brother comes down first, and then I look at him and he's covering his mouth in shock. And then I look and it says Michael Jackson dead. I literally fell to my knees and I just started crying. I started crying. And this sounds very weird and morbid, but I literally watched, the fucking body being flown from the hospital to the coroner's office. And I remember this fucking vividly. A little bug was just skittering away. Was just skittering right in front of me. I wanted to crush it, but I didn't. I don't do that to bugs anyway, except for eight-legged motherfuckers. But or if a fly is just coming to way too close, and I just swat it, and I just let it just go. And I was just watching this, and I was just seeing all these people around the hospital, just fucking devastated, just like I was. This was a devastating thing for millions of people, including me. And then it happened again with Macho Man Randy Savage, and it happened last night with Scott Hall. And to give an example, right? If you are a subscriber or a follower of Dead End Old, he did a live stream. I went to bed. Well, I was trying to go to sleep, but I couldn't. I was like, okay, let's see what else he's doing, and then he's in tears. He's just devastated. A word he kept repeating. I swear to you right now, I did not know what devastation truly meant as a wrestling fan until last night. He was crying so hard because he heard that Luke Harper passed away. It was so sudden. I mean, I was surprised. I went on the chat and I was like, why is Chris, why is he crying? Is somebody, like, does something happen? Is he emotional because of like a donation or somebody said something absolutely touching or something like that to him? But then somebody on the chat said, Luke Harper has died. and the shock just went over me. I was like, oh my god, this guy was like TNT champion some time before, and now he's gone. I didn't even know what he meant by those words. I'm devastated until last night. I was reminded of how devastated I was when Randy Savage died. So, I mean, the amount of years that we had with him, whenever he got rid of those fucking demons, I mean, those were a gift. You know, seeing Scott Hall get his well deserved Hall of Fame induction, I had a smile throughout the whole thing. And I can look back years before, and then I had no clue who Dusty Rhodes was until his Hall of Fame induction, and then I wanted to watch more of him. Just the way he spoke, the way he talked about passion, you know, it was incredible. And it was also the first time I saw Cody Rhodes, and the first time I saw uh, Dustin Rhodes without the Goldust makeup. Again, you never forget your beginnings as a fan. But then again, you never forget your ultimate beginnings as a wrestling fan. I'll never forget Randy Savage. I'll never forget Scott Hall. They mean so much to me. They mean so much to others. Kevin Nash, it's Sean Waltman, Shawn Michaels, Triple H. There's a lot of people that Scott Hall has impacted in their lives. Anyway, I should fucking end this now because I'm terrible at this sort of thing. Really, I mean, I'm terrible at it. So what if you want, if you're watching this video, please put down in the comments if you want how much that Scott Hall has meant to you, or the memories that you got of Scott, or if you're one of them absolutely lucky people who got the chance to meet him and talk to him. Put down in the comment section if you want. I'm not gonna ask the subscriber like. Um, just definitely put that in the comments if you want about how Scott Hall, about what how much Scott Hall's meant to you, what Razor Ramon meant to you, the memories, and of course if you met him. Scott Hall, thank you so much for all you've done as a wrestler. Thank you for. I just. Thank you so much. And now look at that pop vinyl and those two signed pictures on the DVD, and I'm probably going to watch that DVD a lot this week. Probably going to rewatch the matches. Anyway, goodbye, Scott. Thank you for the memories. And I really hope you're at peace. Thank you.